All right, and moving on to the Tier 1 thermometer, which the thermometer and temperature and such can be some of the most misunderstood concepts in the game, especially since the recent patch where certain things have changed. Keep in mind with the Tier 1 thermometer, one of the benefits is it's a not electronic device, so it can't be disrupted or detected by ghosts during a hunt. When you pick it up, there's nothing to activate. It just works as is. And it's going to be the ambient temperature outside in a truck. In this case, it's windy, so it's around 45 degrees or so. It is a little bit of a rain. Now, indoors on amateur with the breaker on, it will be at maximum ambient temperature, so well into the 60s in most cases. Some rooms may drop into the 50s, I suppose, but keep in mind the outdoor weather being the set for the ambient temperature. Now, if this was snowy weather, I believe, we would actually see our breath, and it'd be really cold. It'd probably be in the... Actually, it might be... Yeah, this might be the same temperature as windy right now. But we'd see our breath, which it has to go down a bit before. And keep in mind that the ghost doesn't spawn and thus have an effect on the environment until you unlock and open the door. So if the ghost here was in the foyer, it wouldn't necessarily immediately be cold. So I don't lead in. Now keep in mind the ghost just opened that door, so it's probably kind of in this vicinity. Well, the temperature's going up in here because the breaker's been on. So it's going to go up to the ambient temperature, more or less the maximum ambient temperature. And unless I'm near the ghost, either in its room or near it as it roams, I probably won't go down much in this room. Amateur, so the ghost won't change his room. Alright, so my suggestion is to give it at least a minute or two for temperature to start to settle. Notice the temperature is starting to come down a little bit. So this could be the ghost room, or this could be near the ghost. Alright. Alright, let's turn on the light here. See what happens. Honestly, the important thing with the Tier 1 thermometer is just to see how it's going up or down. If it's going up, it's not the ghost room, or the ghost's not near, probably. I'm backing out the foyer here. Temperature starts to come down. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the thermometer, pause the footage here, and then check back in a minute or two. Alright, it's been a little bit of time, so I'm going to go in and check that thermometer. Good thing with the Tier 1 thermometer is you can just basically throw it down. Come back later to check. See, the temperature's gone down quite a bit, but it's not quite freezing. And I don't quite see my breath. This can make it difficult sometimes to find freezing evidence, because the temperature may be going up and down too much, and you may have to keep it for a while. So let's try it again in a few minutes. Alright, well, let's check that thermometer again. Of course, the power just went out, so it's a little hard to find that. Oh, there's the thermometer. What is that thermometer down to? Yeah, it's gone down a little bit, but it's still not indicating freezing. Do keep in mind it can take a while, but I'm going to show this off, try to find a freezing ghost. Alright, this is possibly the ghost room. So I'm watching the thermometer go down slowly. Okay, it's kind of stopped or slowed down, going down further. Oh no, there it goes. I'm going to throw this back down and check it out for... Actually, no, it's going down fast enough. Kind of stopping there. Hovering around. So I'm going to drop it here and come back to it in a minute or two. Alright, let's go in and check that thermometer again. Yeah, now you'll notice it's finally it's getting towards freezing, but it's not quite freezing. Some people will mistake these colder temperatures or the freezing breath that you get below 5 degrees Celsius or 41 Fahrenheit for actual evidence of freezing. So this is nowhere near freezing, and it may never get to that. Alright, the temperature has gone down, but it's right on the line. Now, keep in mind, this is not freezing yet. This is about 1 degree, half degree. It's on the edge. It could still drop. I've already done this several times. And this has probably been at least 5 minutes, maybe more, between each of my checks. So it can take a while to get freezing evidence. Alright, it's been a couple more minutes, so I'm going to check it again. Alright, it's still sitting at about 1 degree, half degree. It's not freezing. Could something change? Maybe. It's kind of unlikely at this point. But this has been almost 10 minutes, and it still hasn't gone into freezing, even though it's gotten right up to the edge. So keep in mind, thermometer's not going to work instantly, but the good thing about the Tier 1 is you can just fire and forget it, come back later. Well, what does this mean for the strategy of using the Tier 1 thermometer in investigation? Well, you can do this a couple of different ways. One approach is just assume it's going to take a while for temperatures to really set to what they should be. And just don't bring the thermometer in for the first couple of minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. Or just assume you might be able to use it to find the ghost room, but that it's going to take a while to find freezing. Just drop that thermometer and do other stuff. Or you could come in with it immediately, figure out the ghost room, drop it there, and just come back later. But don't expect for it to give the ghost room information or certainly freezing quickly, and don't go into the forums saying that it's bugged. The Tier 1 thermometer is supposed to take a while, and the temperature and weather system in the game does take a while to settle. This gets even more complicated when you start with the breaker off, and then it starts at the minimum ambient temperatures instead of the maximum. The minimum ambient temperatures in effect and having really cold weather like snow, every room is going to give you breath, including out in the truck, and you may not be able to differentiate the ghost room for a little while until you turn on the breaker, temperatures go up. So hopefully that cleared up a few things about the Tier 1 thermometer. So have a good one.